Paul said, "For Christ's love compels us." After resurrection, Peter said to other disciples, "I'm going fishing," and all the other disciples joined him. They fished all night, but they couldn't catch anything. And Jesus appeared on the shore the next day morning and asked him, "Friends, have you got any fish?" And when they said no, he said, "Put it on the right side." And they caught a huge number of fish. And that's when they realized it was Jesus. By the time they reached the shore, Jesus already prepared a breakfast for them. While they were eating, Jesus asked Peter, "Peter, do you love me more than these?" See, this is an amazing incident because Jesus appeared to the disciples for the third time after resurrection to do one thing, to fix Peter. Jesus knew Peter was backsliding. He's gone back to fishing. And he came to fix Peter. He didn't come with a rod. He didn't come with a warning. He didn't come with a bribe. He came with a simple question: do you love me? See, this means behind every backsliding and running away from God, there is a question of what are your objects of love? Or who do you love most? See, behind every bad choice, we love something else more than God. Our hearts are wired to love someone or something all the time. See, it may be a person or a thing. It may be a career, or it may be money, or it could be a relationship. We love someone or something all the time. And sometimes we love them more than God. And when we love someone or something more than God, that's when we run away from God. We backslide. We take bad decisions. See, the prodigal son ran away from the father because he loved money and pleasure. And his life became a disaster. He lost everything. He lost his father's protection. He lost his father's provision. And when we choose something else other than God, we automatically decide that we don't need God. We choose that we don't need God's provision. We choose that we don't need God's protection. And that's what happened to the prodigal son. He not only lost his father's provision and protection, he lost the very thing he went after. He lost his money. He lost his dignity. He lost his job. And he probably lost the relationship of his friends too. And these are not because God made him lose. See, it's because his behavior was a self-destructive behavior. When we choose to love something or someone else more than God, it's a self-destructive behavior. There is always a consequence in running away from God. And this is what the story of Jonah teaches us too. Jonah chose Tarshish instead of Nineveh. And he loved other things than God. And he ended up at the belly of a fish. See, there's never a story in this world that someone was successful when he or she chose to run away from God. See, if you run away from God, you will find yourself at the bottom of the sea. See, the prodigal son lost everything. Jonah lost everything. Now Peter has backslidden and he's gone for fishing. His calling was to become fishers of men. But he went back to fishing. See, I sometimes wonder about the patience of Christ. How many times Christ fixed Peter and rescued Peter? See, it's the same Peter who got rebuked by Jesus when he said, you should not go to the cross, Lord. It's the same Peter who started to sink because of his lack of faith, and Christ rescued him. It's the same Peter who cut the ear of the high priest servant Malchus, and Jesus rebuked him and healed the servant's ear when they came to arrest Jesus in Gethsemane. And it's the same Peter who denied Jesus during the last hours of crucifixion. See, Jesus taught about love, cross, and suffering many times to all the disciples. You can see Peter failing in these topics again and again and again. Now he has gone back to fishing. See, if I were in Jesus' place, I would have gone to meet Peter with a rod this time. But Christ went after Peter and asked, "Do you love me?" See what patience he has. How much he loved Peter. He gave chance after chance after chance to Peter. And this is grace. See, grace is God running after us and intercepting the self-destructive behavior. And this is what happened to Jonah. God intercepted Jonah's self-destructive behavior by sending a storm and a fish. See, God's grace met Jonah at the bottom of the sea. And Jonah realized Those who cling to worthless idols will forfeit your grace. That's what he said before the fish vomited him. He finally understood about the grace of God. He finally understood that if I cling to worthless idols, worthless things, idols are something that takes the place of God. It could be anything or anyone. And he realized, if I cling to worthless idols, I'm forfeiting God's grace. See, when Jonah ran away from God, God sent a storm and a fish to correct Jonah, to fix Jonah. And Jonah was at the belly of the fish for 3 days. And this is a picture of us running away from God and Christ dying for us. Jonah's life is a classic demonstration of the intersection of sin and grace. God's wrath was shown in the form of a storm. When Christ was on the cross, God's wrath was displayed on Christ. And he took our place. And he was buried and rose after 3 days. Just like Jonah was inside the belly of the fish for 3 days. See, but what happened after the prodigal son returned home? His father was not waiting for him with a rod to correct his wayward son. His father didn't say, "I told you so." He was not filled with anger or wrath. The father ran towards his son and hugged him. And this is grace and this is love. And this is the same love that went after Peter. Peter couldn't say no to this love. The persistent love of Christ changed Peter. It was not the storm or fish that saved Peter. It was the love of Christ. Because Christ went through the storm of God's wrath for us. Christ took the wrath and Christ went after Peter with love. Christ's love is so powerful that can change a person like Peter, who repeatedly failed in life, to someone who died as a martyr for the sake of Christ. And this is why Paul said, "For Christ's love compels us, because we are convinced that one died for all, and therefore all died." Are you compelled by Christ's love? Do you love Christ more than other things? What are your passions? What are your objects of love? We need to learn to surrender ourselves for the love of Christ. We need to say, "Lord, I surrender all my passions and desires at the foot of the cross." We need to lay it all down and say it like Peter, "Lord, you know all things. You know that I love you, but I want to love you more." May it be our prayer. And let's learn to love Christ. And let His love compel us and pull us closer to Him. I hope that's an encouragement for you. Thanks for watching, and God bless.